Hi everyone, today's video is about something I talk about a lot in this channel, clothes as tools. I think there's a moment in our journey that we find ourselves in a minor crisis when looking at all the familiar clothes we used to think we could trust forever, but now seem not to recognize at all. If that happens to you, maybe what you need is a simple switch of an item that brings the opposite vibe. This is the single most effective way to fix your way out of any style rut, not to be overlooked. So today I set out to show you what I do to get more wear out of my clothes and never get bored with them. When I think of juxtaposition of styles, one image that springs to mind is the transcendent, ever so alluring Saint Laurent woman wearing a suit. It's just the right amount of friction that works beautifully to create something extraordinary. But like everything, good sense is critical. We don't want a tuxedo with Havaianas. Other than these kinds of faux pas, you can mix contrasting colors, styles, textures, proportions, gender, or any other element of style you see fit. You want something that translates your current mood in a genuine and creative manner. So let's dive in. For the first look, I will employ the high and low rule because I love mixing sporty with tailored items. In this look, I'm styling our old weekend friend joggers that we normally wear with trainers or a t-shirt or a polo, right? But today I'm gonna do differently. So I'm gonna style this pants with a striped oversized corporate cotton shirt to elevate the pants and white heels to add yet another unexpected element that steers things to a more feminine and elegant direction. I quite like the result. It's cool, unexpected, modern, fun, and definitely not one-dimensional. But for me, the final touch is the bag. If I was craving something more elegant, I'd definitely go for a structured small shoulder bag. But today I'm leaning more towards a chill vibe, so I went for this big slouchy bag. It all depends on the vibe I'm in the moment. Another example of mixing completely different styles together would be to pair a faux leather pencil skirt, which is quite chic and elegant, with more casual items like chunky sneakers and a graphic t-shirt. These opposing styles create friction, but are also very impactful and give me a really interesting result. And I could even throw a blazer on top to complete the look. Now I have depth with this sophisticated color combination. Navy and burgundy always look very chic together. And the t-shirt and sneakers just bring everything down to earth and relax the look. And I love the contrast the beige bag and the sunglasses bring to the look. They kind of brighten up everything in a subtle way. As humans, we have depth. It makes sense that's what you want to convey. We know we feel best in our style when our outfit is balanced. When I'm feeling too one-dimensional, I always put it in words and think which items will bring the balance back according to my mood at the moment. For example, when I'm feeling way too classic or way too feminine, I think of how else I want to feel. One day I might feel feminine and edgy, another day I might want to feel modern and cool. So let's take a look at another super classic outfit we see a lot in spring, a pretty dress. Now the no-brainer way to style it would be with sandals and a cute bag. But how would I feel wearing something like this? Remember, this is not a criticism and everyone is different. There's nothing wrong with wearing a pretty dress and sandals, but I would feel too girly and kind of bored if I was to wear this outfit all the time. I would have to think how I want to feel on that day and bring in the opposite vibe to it. Perhaps tough is the word I'm looking for. So here I could add many shoes, for example. So when your outfit feels off, you don't need to change it completely. Just add an element that's opposed to the vibe of what you're already wearing to create friction and make it more like you at that moment. I want to encourage you to think why certain items evoke certain emotions on you. Understanding why that is important because it will help shape your personal style. Expose yourself to fashion houses, books, or watch fashion shows to understand the aesthetics behind them. There's no better place to learn the art of getting dressed than these places. So don't limit yourself to only watching videos like this. Oh, and since we had a little break, don't forget to give this video a like if you're enjoying it, and hit the subscription button if you haven't already done so. Also follow me on Instagram. I share lots of tips and outfit inspirations on a regular basis. Now back to the outfits. Okay, so now I'm gonna show you how color can totally transform an outfit. I'm wearing this pretty dress, which I would normally wear with neutral or the same color accessories. But instead I went for this turquoise bag and mules. Although this is not a color I would normally pick, I did like the contrast it created a lot. It's super unexpected and quite striking because I was feeling quite bold today. Another style juxtaposition that I personally love is pairing a cute blouse, in this case a lace shirt under a t-shirt and boyfriend jeans. I find this particular mix of styles and layers, the mix of male and female, super appealing and adds so much personality and fun that sometimes is needed when we want to jazz things up. My choice of accessories is quite neutral. A caramel structured bag that ties the print of the t-shirt and the shirt together, and beige square toe pumps, which I think are perfectly to ground this look. Now I have something bolder that I actually wear quite a lot together. Tights and matching sandals, which by the way is still going strong. Any color, but I chose red this time. If you browse sites like Mango, you see that everywhere. But I do it because I love it, not because it's trending. Let's be clear. Okay, so I'm wearing red tights and sandals with a denim skirt and an oversized navy jumper. I really love these two items together. Such a classic, but obviously bolder here. I love the silhouette of the skirt and how the oversized sweater adds a super cool and cozy vibe, and how the tights and the sandals totally transform the look. This is a super classic look, but sometimes you get tired of styling our beloved items the same way, and I find the red tights and sandals added a lot to it. Now I will talk about how shoes can be employed to create friction in more depth. For example, I'm wearing tailored pants, a blazer, a white shirt, and a knit vest. For a super classic outfit like this, one can immediately think of pairing it with neutral classic pumps, but that would be too predictable. So let's say you're feeling a bit bourgeois. You can switch the pumps for knee-high boots and tuck them in the pants, which will look super cool and give you a chic equestrian vibe. And today, I'm feeling a bit feminine, so I opt for these embellished mules instead. Now the shoes completely change the whole vibe of the outfit and really makes it much more refined and feminine. The thing is, never forget to look at your outfit as a whole, not just trousers or a skirt or a shoe. Think of the items with a function in mind. That way it's easier to control the ending result. Okay, so now let's do something more elevated, like a coat or a trench coat that you would normally pair with boots or closed shoes. Okay, so as the theme of this video suggests, I went ahead and paired it with the white platform sandals and matching texture tights. For me, the question is practicality or creativity, personal style versus trend. A couple of years ago, people asked me when the sock sandal thing would go away. If you saw it as a trend, it's gone. But if you incorporated it as part of your personal style that you use forever because you love how it looks, you find it practical or whatever, then that's your answer. I really love this combination. It's minimalist yet interesting, modern, meaning it ticks all the boxes for me. Okay, so next look is something that I love doing. Actually, all of this is something I love doing because I love experimenting with my clothes. So I grabbed these relaxed, elasticated silk joggers, which I normally would wear very casually with loafers or sneakers and perhaps a polo shirt on a weekend. This time though, I added an exaggerated color shirt in pale green, and black mules. I love both the contrast of the colors here. The shoes really become the focal point of the outfit. I also love the juxtaposition of styles with the relaxed pants and the formal shirt. It's a fun yet chic look, especially when you add a cute small bag, again, in an unexpected color and bold jewelry like I'm doing here. Now you can easily go for a nice dinner. Well, I would be happy to do that. If this is too much for you, that's totally fine. You can pair it back with classic accessories. So if you crave something feminine, maybe you could add a silk scarf or go for a more feminine vibe, maybe even super classic with a small pearl necklace. If you're not into necklace, maybe you can go for a statement brooch or earrings. There are so many things you can do here. At this point, I'd like to remind you that I'm not here to make you look elegant and put together. There are numerous channels for that out there. This space is for the creative, modern, curious woman who is tired of the sameness. I'm wearing my go-to jeans at the moment. These icy wash jeans, a plain white t-shirt and a blazer. It can get more straightforward than this. I like the chill vibe that the boyfriend jeans give. The outfit is casual and comfortable and put together. Now, if I wanted to elevate this further, I would start by choosing shoes that would evoke that vibe, like these black sandals. But I also wanted to add a layer element, so I switched the t-shirt for the red turtleneck bodysuit and threw a white shirt on top. And I also think there is room for something more here, like this statement necklace. Now I think it's much more interesting and elevated. Instead of the blazer, I could go for a puffer jacket. You always look cooler in a puffer jacket. I think it would really work too. I really like it even with the jeans, especially those slim fits would work perfectly. Okay, so moving on. You know how much I love my tailoring. I love my blazers and trousers. I wear trousers a lot, but I always make sure I bring some friction to the outfit. That way it feels different every time. Okay, so let's take a look at this classic light brown suit, for example. It's easy to style with a shirt and call it a day. But then I might feel meh if I were to wear this all the time. So first, I'm bringing some contrast underneath through layers. First by adding a red turtleneck that's thin enough so I can keep adding layers like a check cropped sweater in a contrasting color. And I finish off the look with black sandals. I like the red socks tied with the turtleneck, so everything here is intentional. Overall, it was the right dose of "you can do that too" to help me recover intimacy with my closet. Another good, more all-encompassing look for me that could be easily just another mundane outfit. A yellow knit sweater style over a mellow yellow striped peplum button-down shirt for a bit of depth, and an ankle dark wash barrel jeans that exposes the red shoes. Which gave me enough confidence or got my mind jogging at a steady enough pace to fall back on my own taste preferences to make these looks my own. And lastly, here is a good navy jacket layered with a colorful knit vest on top of a white t-shirt and beige pants that on a normal day would probably be styled with classic pumps in either black or white. Not today. Here's when thinking completely outside the box comes in handy, in these forms of these embellished raffia mules. They couldn't be more opposed to what one would normally choose. And that's the whole idea here. And interestingly, it works. Okay, everyone, that was it from me today. Thanks so much for watching. Have a great day, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye.